Aquí nos encontramos en un momento de lujo aquí en Miami, en los Estados Unidos. Un gran artista que tiene nuevo material discográfico. Es un placer para mí pues poder platicar con Sean Paul. First of all, thank you very much. It's an honor to talk with you.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming through and giving me the time on your station, for real.
Well, now talking about Imperial Blaze, it's a great album. Can you tell us? Yeah, I really like it. Can you tell us a little bit the story behind the making progress of Imperial Blaze? How much fun do you have doing it?
For sure. I was in Jamaica most of the time. It's been a long process, you know. It's been 3 years since my last album, and about a year and a half after like Temperature was a big song, that was like 2006. I thought I was ready to come out again with a new album. I had a lot of work, but I had an incident where, you know, certain things got leaked out. And I wanted to start over from scratch. Only 2 of those first songs actually made it back onto the album, and I started over from scratch. Went back to the drawing board. Between the Dirty Rock album and Trinity, I learned some chords on guitar. So I was learning to play songs and sing songs and write songs that way. But between this album, between Trinity and this album, Imperial Blaze, I actually learned drums a lot. My management team built a studio, and so every day I would go and play the drums, and then I liked it so much that I bought a V-drums, which is a Roland virtual drums. Took it back to my little studio. It's a small cupboard, a little 8x8 room, but that's where I do my pre-prep. So every day I would get up, I'll go run, you know, do like a 20-minute run, and then go back into the studio, drums, and then turn on the studio. Of course, I was getting rhythms for 1,000 rhythms a day from a lot of different people. So that was my day every day. Get up, run, play drums, and then start lyrics. And I would go through until night. So a lot of the time I was alone, to tell the honest truth. So I was able to kind of, you know, think of my own thoughts instead of have people kind of, influence the discussion of whatever. I was thinking to myself, and I was kind of developing thoughts about the album and what I wanted to say, and basically it took those 3 years, and I can say that this album is I would say it's a more mature swagger. You know what I mean? It's like the first song is called So Fine, and of course it has the energy and it has the impact that everybody knows and respects me for and likes my work for. I have a couple tracks on there. I can name them. Lace It is one. One is called Don't Tease Me. Another one is called She Want It. These are hardcore kick-up tracks, which we feature on the album. But I also got some more groovier things, and we get into more of situations where it's like I'm talking about relationships between me and women that I've faced before, or maybe I've even heard about. So I have different songs, like after So Fine, which I'm trying to get with a girl. I'm like, girl, you're so fine. I have a song called Lately. And lately is basically after you get with a girl, you've been with her for a long time or however long it is, and then you start to fight. And lately is about, she's saying, you know, why you drinking so much? And I'm like, lately you ain't giving me none. So it's different relationships. I mean, there's another song called Hold My Hand, which I actually did a remix of in Spanish, in Espanol.
Yeah.
I have to learn it properly. I know some of it.
How was the learning process of Spanish?
It was amazing. You know, a friend of mine named Nez, he helped me with the first song that I did in Spanish. It's called Punky, and I did that on the Dirty Rock album. And of course, it was really received well with my Latino audiences, and I'm able to do it on stage in certain times now, especially where even in. Tell you the truth, even in French-speaking countries, I do it in Spanish, simply because it was one of the subjects I always wish I studied and I learned proper and mastered, and I didn't. And I wish I could speak to my mamitas in the right way, but I know them feel me the same way. So you know what I mean. It was good to learn. It took like 7 hours the first time, and same thing the second time. It took a long time. But it was a great song. It's a love ballad. It's called Hold My Hand. It's like a song about me saying to the girl, like, you know, don't have no worries about where I'm steering us in the relationship. I'm taking you to a good place. I have another song on there called Now That I Got You. Now That I Got You is a strange type of song. I mean, it's kind of like, I'm saying now that I got you, I never give you up to the girl, but basically you find out in the verses that it's like a OPP scenario. She's not really my own, we're creeping. And so it's kind of gets deeper into relationships instead of just like party. I have one song there that's very meaningful to me. It's a song called Straight From My Heart, dedicated to my mom. She was basically, she's an artist, and growing up, she you know, would paint my face sometimes. She'd draw a picture of my face and give me on my birthday with a present or something. And it was always special to see her talent come out and actually paint me back, and I'm like, wow, that looks like I'm looking in the mirror. And so now that I'm the artist, I try to paint back her with my words.
And how hard was to open your heart and start writing lyrics about that we didn't used to in other albums?
Exactly. It wasn't hard, but it just took a long time because I had a lot to say to her, and it was very important that she understood what I mean. And so it started out with me. I had the rhythm before and didn't really know what I wanted to say on the track. And then it was a couple of days before her birthday, and I was considering what I was going to do for her. And I started coming up with the idea. But the night before, before her birthday, I actually was writing up a card, and it was too much things being said on the card, and I was like, I can't even say that. I was just going to give her the song instead of the card. And that's basically what ended up happening. When I gave it to her, of course, you know, I mean, me and her had a tear moment, and she basically has meant so much in my life to me. So I felt like at that point, I was like, yo, this should have been the first song that I ever did. It really felt good, you know what I mean? So I just had to put it on the album, and that alone makes it more of a meaningful album to me. And as I said, the swagger just more mature, man. I mean, yeah, I'm still kicking it in clubs in the album. You can definitely hear club tracks and whatnot, but over the past couple of years, I think, I mean, I've been internationally popular for a while now, and I've seen a lot of things, and I want to express them, you know what I mean, relationship-wise especially. So yeah, that's where I come from with the album.